I know we say that almost every time, but I've never seen the contrast greater than it is today. This is not a little fork in the road between Republicans and Democrats. This is not just an easing off to the right or easing off to the left. This is a dead end if you take a left towards socialism. We'll never get this country back. Never get it back, folks. Packing the Supreme Court, admitting Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C. as 2 more states. Imagine that, 4 more senators. We'll never get the majority back, and America will never be the same again. That's how important it is. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? There you go. And let me tell you something else. You can vote multiple times. Media, listen to me now. You can vote once legally, and you can vote 10 other times by bringing 10 people to the polls with you. So you going to get them? Go out there and get them. We've got to elect Donald J. Trump again. I've seen the man. I've seen his heart. I don't believe anybody loves America more than Donald Trump, and that's what he's working for. He didn't have to do this. You know, he didn't need the job. Sure didn't need the money. He wants to work to make America great again, 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 and again. Let's make America great again. And let me tell you why you're doing that. There's a ballot. It starts at the top, goes all the way to the bottom. Katie Dempsey's on there. You going to vote for Katie Dempsey? There you go. Let's hear it for Katie. All righty. And there's some other people on there. We've got 2 Senate races in Georgia today. We need to make sure we return 2 Republican senators to the United States Senate. And the person who's going to follow me, let me just tell you, there won't be another Amy Coney Barrett if we elect President Trump and we don't win the Senate. They're the people who confirm it. That's how important that is. So go from the top of the ballot all the way down, your members of Congress and your members of the Senate here. And the guy that I'm going to bring up here is almost like Donald Trump. He didn't need this job. He retired as CEO of Dollar General and was living a great life here, but got stirred in his spirit about the future of America, just like Jeff was talking about these children and grandchildren. That's who he wants to preserve American values for. So help me welcome David Perdue, my cousin, to the podium.
Tell me how much we love the 81st governor of Georgia, the first Republican in 135 years, Sonny Perdue. Guys, it just got serious in America. It got serious in 2016 when the Democrats thought they were going to run their liberal agenda down our throat. They didn't see one man coming. That man happened to be Donald J. Trump. How great is it that Donald Trump is coming to Rome, Georgia, in Floyd County tonight? He's making 5 stops today, I think 5 stops tomorrow. He's going to run right through the finish line, and he's counting on us. He has already proven that he deserves a second term. If you look at the contrast between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, it's ridiculous that we're sitting here having this conversation. After 8 years of what Joe Biden and Barack Obama gave us, the lowest economic output in U.S. history, where 800,000 people fell into poverty, they want us to go back to that. Donald Trump said what? He made a promise. We're going to create jobs, get our economy going again, people back to work. And guess what? He did. And in the meantime, remember the Democrats said, oh, well, that's just for the rich. That's just for the rich. Remember that? Well, watch this. After 55 years of the Great Society's great war on poverty that we all wanted to be successful to eliminate poverty, failed. On January of 2017, the poverty rate was the same as it was in 1965. All those programs failed. But you know what worked? Donald Trump's economic agenda. He helped 6.5 million people pull themselves out of poverty because we got this economy going again. It took Donald Trump to build that wall, y'all. It took Donald Trump to move that U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. It took Donald Trump to name and we confirm over 200 federal judges, including Amy Coney Barrett last Monday night. And he's just getting started. But here's what's at stake. You heard Sonny say it. If we don't get every vote out, they are dead serious. You have to listen to what Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden are saying. Joe Biden said, well, yeah, we're going to raise taxes again. Yeah, we're going to undo all those regulation cuts. Yeah, we're going to go back to what we did. We can't let that happen. But worse than that, here's what's coming. If Chuck Schumer gets a majority in the Senate and we lose the White House, what he's going to do is make us into a one-party state. They want America to become a socialist state, guys. Are we going to let that happen? No. Well, how do we fight that? We have to get out and work. Donald Trump deserves a second term. Do you agree with me? Then not only do you have to vote, get 10 people like you. Don't take this lightly. Don't leave it out there. What if you had 2 or 3 people that work with you and you didn't ask them to vote and we lose this election? Ask them. Ask your family, your friends, the people you go to church with, the people you go to school with. It doesn't matter. Make sure you don't leave any vote out there unturned. This is what we've got to do, guys. We cannot let America go down this socialist road because, as Sonny said, once you go down, you cannot come back. Stand with me tonight, and let's make sure that we get every vote out tonight. Stand with me, and let's make sure we give Donald Trump 4 more years. And stand with me, and let's make sure we never let the road to socialism run through the state of Georgia. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rome, Georgia. We are live with Right Side Broadcasting Network. A beautiful fall evening here with over 20,000 of our closest friends and some of President Trump's biggest supporters. This is President Trump's 4th stop of the day. Fourth. Yes. His 5th stop will be immediately after this one in Miami, Florida. That will begin at 11:30. President Trump is scheduled to take the stage here at 8:30, so we have about 50 minutes until President Trump's scheduled remarks. And we are going to be here for all of it leading up to that, panning these crowds and really explaining to you guys what's going on and what it would be like to be here if you could make it out tonight. But you probably have the best seat in the house with RSBN on your channel right now. It is packed wall to wall. You can barely move. If you're not, we'll get into that in just a second as well. This is why Lila is laughing. If you are not familiar with RSBN and you don't know what you just scrambled upon on YouTube or wherever you found us, we want to say thank you. Welcome to our channel. We're so glad to have you here. Make sure to subscribe, thumbs up, comment everything you can to help beat Big Tech's algorithm that works constantly to censor conservative outlets like ours. Right Side Broadcasting Network is almost entirely viewer funded, meaning we rely on your donations solely to travel this great country and to broadcast President Trump's Make America Great rallies to hundreds of millions of viewers. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're wondering how you can donate, if you got to watch some of those rallies earlier, they were absolutely incredible and other mainstream media doesn't cover it. We don't get why, we never will.
Jim Acosta though here today.
and you really like him, I could tell. There's a number of ways you can support us. The first one being clicking that $sign in the bottom right-hand corner of the YouTube Super Chat. The second way is by going to our website. That's www.rsbnetwork.com/donate. And the third way is a non-electronic form of donation. You can send it to 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. I feel like we have so much to talk about, catch up on, let them know what's going on. We are, it seems like just hours away from election night at this point. Of course, it's November 3rd, but from here until then, it is going to be constant campaigning, constant work, and it's now a sprint to the finish line. So I'm going to let my co-host introduce herself now that I've rambled on long enough.
Thank you, Liz. We love to hear you ramble because you always have really good things to say. So thank you all again for joining in here with RSBN on YouTube. My name is Lilith, and we are here reporting live in Rome, Georgia. It is a beautiful day. It's 59 degrees. Not as bad as maybe Wisconsin and Michigan. So we're really happy to be here. And this is truly one of the biggest rallies I have seen myself. But I would like to take this moment to tell you about our partner of the day. Partner of the day is iTargetPro. Innocent people are falling victim to crime, intimidation, and are forced to fend for themselves because Democrats and the left are successfully defunding the police. When the government can't or won't protect your family, self-defense is the only option. But most of us don't have the time to consistently train. Plus, ammo is really expensive. Look at our fans back there. We love it. Let's get those fans on camera. See, they know that we're here for them. They know that we're here for the people.
4 more years.
Yes, 4 more years. We've got a chant going over here. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. As we take a look at the beautiful crowd, I will finish here with iTarget. Most of us don't have time to consistently train, plus ammo is really expensive. That's why iTargetPro was invented. Using their proprietary app and laser bullet, you can now train safely in the convenience of your own home with your actual firearm. iTarget comes in all of the major calibers, including .223 and .556, so you can stay sharp with almost any firearm. Today, you can get 10% off plus free shipping with the offer code SAVE10. That's SAVE10. This is SAVE10. This is the smartest way for you to practice, and it pays for itself in just a few days of practice. That's the letter I, targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code SAVE10, and we appreciate everything that they're doing to keep Americans educated on how to just even understanding the basics of a firearm. I think just getting used to what a firearm is, what it's there for, why you should train, and honestly, self-defense is the way to go. Women, get your concealed carry.
We almost needed our stay.
Get your concealed carry today.
To get in here today. So Lilith, what was it like for those who are not able to see the overflow, but trying to just get to the press bin today? I mean, this venue is packed.
It's an understatement to say it's packed because it was nearly impossible for Liz and I to walk to the press section here, the gated section. So we're driving to get here, and the roads are packed with patriots. I mean, packed. I'm not talking about the sidewalk. I'm not talking about the roads itself. They are packed, swarmed with patriots, swarmed with flags and energy and people of all ages. I mean, we saw little children.
Yeah.
Like 2 years.
We
almost stepped on one. Y'all, it's serious out here. They know this is their last chance in this area to see President Trump give a MAGA rally. So they're here, we're here, and you are watching with us too. So don't worry if you're not here physically, you're here with us in spirit. So what else did I miss?
Let me think. All right, so much going on, like she said. I mean, it really was a journey getting here, and the issue, we're not complaining, but the issue is a lot of these people don't necessarily love media and press in general, so when you're trying to push through them and they think you're like cutting the line,
and we're saying, hey, we're
press, excuse me, you know, we need something that says like not fake news. It was rough, but I think once they saw us come up here, they realized, it's okay, they can go. But again, so it's roughly 20,000 people that are already inside this venue. This is Macon, Georgia. We're going to pan the crowds because we want to show you guys and let you see for yourself, not just go off my numbers. But 20,000 people have already been reported inside. And when I got those numbers, there were 4,000 still waiting to be bussed in from these shuttles.
Make that up.
No, absolutely not. And this is President Trump's second stop for the 2020 presidential campaign in the state of Georgia, a state that is a pretty historically red state. However, Biden did come, and for some reason he felt that it would be useful to him to come and campaign. I believe it was last Friday. So he had a couple dozen cars in a parking lot beeping at him, and that was it.
Somebody asked in the chats if we saw a Biden bus that was stuck. I don't think I saw that. Did we see a Biden bus, Liz?
No. What type of donations do we have in the chat room? So one of the ways that you can help support RSBN is by donating via the YouTube Super Chat. As long as you're in the YouTube live chat, you can click the $sign in the bottom right-hand corner, and Lilith and I will be reading those out all evening, talking to you, answering your questions, and reading the shout-outs you have. We'll start with YouTube Super Chat.
Yeah, thank you. So we've got one from yourwelder.com. Yourwelder.com, and Atlanta's welder endorses everything President Trump and Senator David Perdue has done. Yes.
He always donates, and he's always on our Instagram, so thank you for your constant support. Yourwelder.com.
Yes, thank you so much. We see you, we hear you, we appreciate you. Brody Osby says, thank you, RSBN, for making the rallies available to watch and showing all the speakers and their messages and the crowd size. I hope RSBN is the future of conservative news. Thank you so much for your super chat, Brody. George T says, Trump-Pence 2020 incoming landslide victory on November 3rd. Thank you, RSBN, for helping millions of voters see the stark contrast between our strong president and a weak and ineffective Sleepy Joe. I mean, honestly, we love the humor. Keep the humor coming. We love it. Thank you.
Already distracted the entire crowd getting a 4 more years chant. I'm sure the media loves us today.
Adrian.
Keeping it casual up here, really calm.
Adrian, Luke, thank you so much for your super chat. We appreciate it. South Carolina says, RSBN ladies are the prettiest in all the media outlets, hands down. Trump 2020, 4 more years. You know, we do appreciate you saying that, and I don't want to be biased, but conservative women are not miserable. We're not miserable,
A lot of
right?
people say that. I don't know. I have friends on both sides. I obviously think all of y'all are beautiful.
Yeah, we do.
And so smart.
We do. Thank you so much for your super chats, everybody. Here we go. AGRIS says, God bless America and Trump. Thank you so much. Mythbuster says, thanks for your dedication to the GOP and especially greatest president of the United States. Amen.
Welcome.
Peter Murphy, thank you so much for your super chat. Michael Presley, thank you so much for your super chat. Michael Steven Jackson says, whoops. I think the other side is worried. Gorgeous women, articulate and smart. You guys have a future. Oh, thank you. We try our very best. Let's see. Thank you, Dean Johnson, for your super chat. Richard Owens, thank you so much for your super chat. They're coming in so fast, I can't even keep up. Chris J.
The record today. So I think our current viewership record is 155,000 concurrent viewers. So you guys help us beat that today. You can like and share the stream, comment. All of these things help to boost the stream's popularity and algorithm shares. I don't know, tech words.
Because we know shadow banning is real.
It's very real.
It's so real. You know what? Quick take on shadow banning. Did you know that on Facebook, well, Facebook is like
really conservative.
Yeah. We love Facebook, guys. We love it so much. But they shut down a veteran-owned company on Facebook. They had, I want to say, about 1.5 million people on their account. And Facebook shut them down. Not even temporarily banned, but shut them down because they sold Trump merchandise. Are you kidding me right now? What year is this? Are we going back to George Orwell times? Seriously, get a grip, Facebook. So shadow ban is real. So we encourage you to like our videos, share our videos, comment on our videos, and most importantly, also subscribe. We love and appreciate reading all of your comments. We do see them. We hear you. We appreciate you. So thank you so much. And let's see, what time is it right now? It's 7:50, so
40 minutes.
40 minutes is a time. 8:30, President Trump is scheduled to speak. So God willing that we are on time, we should start here shortly with President Trump giving his remarks in about 40 minutes. And if not, we will stand here as long as it takes for us to be here. But let us know in the comments below, have you been shadow banned? Because I look at my algorithms on my social media on Instagram, and in one day I'll have maybe 300 unfollows, and that's,
Girl, what are you posting?
that's crazy. Well, you can follow me on Instagram, Teachers for Trump. That's teachers_for_Trump. And I know what you're wondering. What? A conservative public school teacher? You heard it.
I needed
We
you when I was in
exist.
public school.
We exist. You can clone me if you want, but there are teachers like me out there, and we do not indoctrinate our students. We will never tell our students how to think. We tell our students to think. That's the difference between indoctrination and education. In indoctrination, you tell the kids what to think. You tell the kids who to vote for. Oh man, we've got a crowd over there too. Yes, they're saying 4 more years. We love it. We love it.
War Eagle.
That's right.
The audience is currently chanting 4 more years. 1 second, I'm gonna hold this for a second.
Oh, sure, no problem. Thank you so much. We love this. We love this. The crowd respects real media. The crowd respects the media who pans the crowd, who talk to the crowd. And I do want to let you know we have an incredible cameraman with us for most of these rallies. His name is Justin, and we've been working on a documentary leading up to the election. We've been working on a documentary, just filming casual what our days look like, what our trips look like. And a lot of times, Justin and I will go and we will talk to the crowd. So in these last few weeks, because President Trump has been holding 3 to 5 rallies a day, because he is an absolute unstoppable beast, we have not been able to go live for much longer. We haven't been able to show you those interviews on our live, but you will see them in our documentary eventually. So stay tuned for those. We talk to the crowd. We ask them about, who they voted for in 2016. And let me tell y'all something. In 2016, I did not vote in 2016. I know what you're thinking. What? She's crazy, but that's okay. I forgive all of you who did not vote in 2016, or if you didn't vote for President Trump in 2016. We absolutely forgive you. But the reason I bring that up is because when we speak to these patriots who wait in line hours upon hours to see President Trump, many of them have been registered Democrats, like lifelong Democrats. I met a woman who was a lifelong Democrat for 47 years. And she said, this is the first time I'm voting Republican.
And that's crazy. Could you ever imagine switching? I don't know if I'm just super hard-headed. I'm serious. I think about it all the time when I hear about people switching parties, especially so late into their political voting career. Do you think you'll ever switch? I mean, maybe if something drastic happens to this party.
But could you imagine, Liz, imagine one day you wake up and you say, you know what?
It's gotta be bad.
You just say, you know what? Take my guns away. You wake up one day and you say, you know what?
Take my freedom.
Take my freedom away.
My liberty.
It's not worth it. I don't need it. You know what? Let's get rid of capitalism.
America? In other news, I do. Someone just shared something with me. I don't know the source entirely, but it is reported that the Auburn Tigers placed their vote yesterday as they pounded LSU 48-11. The Auburn versus LSU game has correctly predicted the outcome of the last 6 United States presidential elections in the years Auburn won, 2000, 2004, and 2016. The Republican candidate won office. In the years LSU won, 96, 2008, and 2012, the Democrat candidate won the election. Can I get a War Eagle? War Eagle, right? I better see that lit up in the chat.
Yes, absolutely. I received a message today from one of my followers. Again, y'all, my name is Lilith, and I love seeing people try to spell my name in the chats. It's awesome. But it's Lilith, and one of my followers sent me this message, and it gave me the chills. Actually, Liz and I were driving from the airport to our hotel today, and we had an hour and a half to kill, so we were just, talking about some of the messages we get. So this one message I received over here. Where was it, Liz? You know what, y'all? We were distracted because there was a huge Trump car rally. We were coming.
You wanted me to wreck.
I did not. I'm sorry if I was distracting you. Liz did a great job driving us to the hotel, but we were distracted because there were hundreds of cars full decked out in Trump gear, Trump flags, American flags, pro-Second Amendment flags, don't tread on me flags, everything. And it was incredible. It was such a beautiful sight to see. So anyway, one of the messages that I received, gosh, of course now I can't find it. Okay. So one of my followers said, by the way, because of you, I've had more courage to speak about why I am supporting Trump as a public school teacher. Bless your heart. I am going to remind you once again, conservative public school teachers do exist. The way that you can point them out is, 1, they're not miserable. 2, they love their job. 3, they're not there for the paycheck. They're there for the students, okay? And 4, and most importantly, they set standards for the students. There are no participation trophies in my classroom. You show up, you do your best, you do your work, you turn in what's the material that was assigned that day. I give you feedback, and I give you a high five, and I say, I'll see you tomorrow. That is how we do it. We do not do participation trophies over here. No, ma'am. And another message I received today, this was, so incredible. She said, I voted in person today for the first time in my life.
I also can't imagine not voting.
I know.
I'm getting so many people saying this is my first time voting. Even 80, 87-year-olds, I'm like, what, how? But heck yeah. Yep. Trump is making them get out and vote. This is going to be the most involved and participated in the election, I believe, in history already. They have just shattered. We have, in pre-voting, we have already outnumbered all of the 2016 election votes.
For sure, Liz. You just took the words out of my mouth. So this young lady, she said, I voted in person today for the first time in my life. When I left, I sat in my car and cried and prayed. I thanked God for his grace and mercy on my life. Then I prayed for our warriors like you. God's got us. Keep fighting. I mean, the enthusiasm in that message, I know that she was overcome with the power of God himself. She was so overcome. She understood in that moment, in that second, in that minute, no matter how long she stood in line to wait to vote, that she was doing something so grand that she will remember for the rest of her life. This is the most important election of our lifetime.
Absolutely. I think the Perdue said it best on stage earlier. He said, this is not a left or right or a fork in the road. If you vote for left, you're voting and you will ruin the future of America. You're voting for socialism. I mean, there really is not a choice. It's not a lesser of the two evils. You're voting for freedom. You're voting for 4 more years of President Trump working to continue making this the best economy in history of the United States. Or you're voting for, I want to say Joe Biden, but honestly, that's not even the case. You're voting for one of the most progressively far left senators in history, Kamala Harris, who is truly on the ballot, and I guess Joe Biden is just her Trojan horse. I don't know what's happening there. Neither one of them are even trying to win this election, so that's something that blows my mind even more. When you interview for a job, you put your best suit on, You drink your coffee, you study, you rehearse, and you get out there and you fight for it. When there's something I want, I fight for it.
What's a job? I thought we just get anything we ask
No,
for, Liz.
you know.
Is that not how
I guess that's what they're.
Yes.
Love you guys. We have some right side viewers in the audience. We're going to hand the crowd over to them some more so we can have them show their support for President Trump. This is a very excited crowd. We love the state of Georgia. I am from the state of Georgia. I'm from Stone Mountain, Georgia. They have a pretty good area in the press here tonight to have smiling back at them as opposed to the usual fake news they get at these rallies. And of course, CNN is right in front of us doing a live hit as well with Jim Acosta. So I'm sure they really appreciate this activity we've got going on. But we have incredible support out here today, and we are just really excited to be here. Again, there are already over 20,000 people here in Rome, Georgia, waiting for President Trump's arrival. They're currently chanting CNN sucks. This is the usual, honestly. I'm numb to it. I expect nothing less from them.
Oh my gosh. Should we do another hit, Liz? What do you think?
Yes, I do want to hand it over to Lilith to give a word from our partners.
Thank you, Liz. All right. I'm so sad because this is my last President Trump rally.
Surprised you're not crying.
But we have 4 more years. All right, here we go. So I want to let you know about our partner of the day because they are absolutely amazing. Our partner of the day is iTarget. I hope my cameraman isn't laughing at me.
Laughing at me.
iTarget Pro. Innocent people are falling victim to crime, intimidation, and forced to fend for themselves because Democrats and the left are successfully defunding the police. When the government can't or won't protect your family, self-defense is the only option. But most of us don't have time to consistently train, plus ammo is really expensive. That's why iTarget Pro was invented. Using their proprietary app and laser bullet, you can now train safely in the convenience of your own home with your actual firearm. iTarget comes in all the major calibers, including .223 and .556, so you can stay sharp with almost any firearm. Today, you can get 10% off plus free shipping with the offer code SAVE10. That's SAVE10. This is the smartest way for you to practice, and it pays for itself in just a few days of practice. Again, that's the letter itargetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code SAVE10, SAVE10. Now, friends, I would like to let you know about the 5 rallies. Our magnificent, our brave, our dedicated, our passionate. I mean, if we have 3 hours, I can keep the list going on here. If y'all have more adjectives to describe President Trump, please add them in the comments below. But basically, he's perfect. So this man tomorrow has 5 rallies. Liz, can you believe that? 5 rallies.
I mean, and we have to give credit where it's due. There's also another one tonight, 11:30. I think that's the craziest of all. 11:30, Miami, Florida. And what's even absurd about this? You think Miami, you think heavy Cuban population, heavy immigration population, maybe not so red. Historically, it's not. There are thousands of people that have been lining up all day to see President Trump.
They're fed up, Liz.
Everywhere. I texted the crew and I was like, y'all better get there early because this is insane. The amount of support that Miami, Florida is showing for President Trump today is unbelievable. If I didn't see it for myself, I wouldn't believe it. Even no matter how tired we are after this, I'm going to be tuning into that stream. So make sure that you're watching Right Side Broadcasting Network. We'll be bringing that to you live as well, immediately following President Trump's not just his remarks, but his dancing here today in Rome, Georgia.
Yeah, no, Liz, you make a great point because those Cubans that live in Florida, they are angry.
Want socialism. They escaped it. They don't want it here.
That's right. They're not going to vote for what they just escaped for. Are you kidding me? Show me the boats that are show me the boats that are leaving America, going to Venezuela for their, I don't know, their education.
It's not me.
Show me. Show me the boats that are lined up, leaving for Cuba to go over there for their economy or to go over there for their education system. Y'all show me. I'll let you guys show me. But the rallies that President Trump has tomorrow, let's talk about those. The first one is going to be in North Carolina at 11:30 a.m. His second rally is in Scranton, Pennsylvania at 2. The third rally is in Michigan at 5. The fourth rally, probably the most interesting place of all, is Kenosha, Wisconsin. At 8 o'clock. We are obnoxious. Yo, Kenosha.
Like sports and football. We like President Trump rallies. It's fine.
And you know, we were talking about this on the way. Liz has been to, I don't know, like 300 rallies. So she's had to listen to this song.
Look at that, the economy growing on a record.
We're going to toss it to the screen.
Let's toss to the screen.
Economy grew at a record rate, the highest rate ever, period, end of sentence.
It's a clear victory for the president.
And historic first read for the third quarter GDP, growth of 33.1%.
A historically strong rebound. Compare that to the slow recovery after the 08-09 recession under Obama-Biden. Very different.
The number, it's a historic number.
So we saw the economy snap back 33.1%.
And today's numbers are the fastest growth for the U.S. economy in American history.
It's very good news.
If you look at the details, it's even better than the headline.
Higher than was predicted.
33.1%. This is a positive.
Record recovery in the third quarter.
It is absolutely remarkable.
This is a fantastic number.
My problem is I voted for NAFTA. I'm supporting NAFTA because I think it is a positive thing to do. And I do not pretend to be an expert on international trade matters.
Trade agreements like NAFTA and permanent normal trade relations with China, which forced American workers to compete against people who are making pennies an hour, has resulted in the loss of 160,000 jobs.
The president is absolutely right when he says that China has been cheating for 25 years and that Bill Clinton didn't do enough about it, George W. Bush didn't do enough about it, Barack Obama didn't do enough about it.
Rising China is an incredibly positive development for not only China, but the United States and the rest of the world. Rising China is a positive development. It is in our self-interest that China continue to prosper. We want to see China rise. China is a great nation, and we should hope for the continued expansion. China is not our enemy. We talk about China as our competitor. We should be helping. The idea that China is going to eat our lunch is bizarre. The idea that they are our competition, they're going to beat us, is bizarre. They're not bad folks. China's not a problem.
Allowing China into the World Trade Organization, which he supported, extending most favored nation status to China, which he supported, those steps allowed China to take advantage of the United States by using our own open trade deals against us.
No.
Do you think in retrospect that you were naive about China?
No.
But doesn't he deserve some credit for that? It's better. The USMCA is better than NAFTA.
It is better than NAFTA. You know, we have to come together. That's why I'm running. I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate. So vote. Visit iwill.com/Ohio. God bless you.
Can somebody tell Joe, by the way, it's not a real website, and Joe, you're running for president, not senator, and by the way, that senator, the Mormon guy, is Mitt Romney, not some Mormon governor. Now, sadly, what we showed you, that's just from a couple of hours today. Because every time that Joe actually leaves the basement bunker and stays out past 10 a.m., well, disaster ensues. Here's a quick reminder.
Look, tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday, and I want to thank you all. I tell you what, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I? We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330. We choose truth over facts. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Donald Trump does pose an extra threat to this. It's not hypothetical.
This is pretty serious. By the way, these are way beyond an occasional campaign gaffe, and I am beginning, well, I'm more than a little worried that this man could represent a clear and present danger to this country. He's obviously not capable of leading. He's been hiding the entire campaign, and the corrupt media mob is covering for him. Joe wants to be the president of the United States of America. That would be the toughest job in the world. And at times, Joe doesn't seem to remember that he's even running for president, or what state he's in, or what day of the week it is. Does anyone really believe that if elected, that Joe Biden will actually be in control of anything?
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, he's going to find ourselves in a position where if Trump gets elected, we're going to be in a different world.
Barack and I think it's a right for people to have bad health care. Folks, we got a lot of work to do. I don't only need you to get me elected, I need you once I'm elected. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
Between the Trump campaign and Russia.
And after 3 years of lies, the Russia hoax is finally dead.
I solemnly open the debate on the impeachment of the President of the United States.
President Trump today has been acquitted.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi appeared to take the speech in her hand and rip it in half. Wow.
This is no time for Donald Trump hysterical xenophobia.
One way you get rid of Trump is a crashing economy, so please bring on the recession.
We will burn down this system.
I'm hit left and right, left and right.
This has been the most peaceful week these streets have seen.
Facebook says it's taken down Trump re-election campaign ads.
Over 300 videos were taken down.
They are erasing everything.
But the Chinese say China would prefer Joe Biden.
Jobless numbers, the unemployment numbers for the month of June, going to be absolutely terrible.
We built the greatest economy in the world. I'll do it a second time.
Appears to be a stunner. Much better than expected.
The U.S. added 4.8 million jobs. 1.8 million jobs.
Greatest comeback in American history.
No matter how hard they try to stop us, they can't. Protected your family, you defended your dignity, you recaptured your destiny, and you took back your country with that great election. You have always been loyal to this nation. Now you finally have a president who is loyal to you. With every last ounce of heart and hope and sweat and soul, we are going to make our stand. We are going to stand for liberty. We are going to stand for justice. We are going to stand for freedom. And we will make America great again. And I'm fighting for you, and I love doing it. And I will never, ever stop. And you know that. The forgotten men and women will never, ever be forgotten again. And ladies and gentlemen of this country, the best is yet to come.
The third quarter GDP report is out. Look at that. The economy growing at a record 33.1%.
This last quarter, the economy grew at a record rate, the highest rate ever, period, end of sentence.
It's a clear victory for the president.
And historic first read for the third quarter GDP, growth of 33.1%.
A historically strong rebound. Compare that to the slow recovery after the 08-09 recession under Obama-Biden. Very different.
The number looks great. It's a historic number.
So we saw the economy snap back 33.1%.
And today's numbers are the fastest growth for the U.S. economy in American history.
It's very good news.
If you look at the details, it's even better than the headline.
Higher than was predicted.
33.1%. This is a positive.
Record recovery in the third quarter.
It is absolutely remarkable.
This is a fantastic number.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I think that was one of the best President Trump campaign ads I've seen yet. Okay, I don't want to admit it, but it did bring me to tears. It's really crazy to see an ad like that, but it's also so realistic. We've been front row, front line, watching him fight so hard for America while personally getting beaten down and torn apart from the left and from the unfair and the biased news media. I just can't imagine the much willpower that it takes President Trump to get up and to fight so hard for this country. It goes unsaid that he just absolutely loves us, and we really appreciate you, Mr. President. And we're excited for 4 more years of you in the White House. These rallies have been incredible, and I hope you see these crowds, these thousands of people. And although you don't get to spend as much time with them as we do when we come and we set up and we get to talk to them, but being able to see you in person, being able to come to these rallies, despite a lot of their governors telling them not to come out, despite some of the states being closed, this is one of the most important moments of their lives, to be able to see a sitting president of the United States. You don't have to campaign this hard. It's wonderful that you do, but you really come. You come to states that don't ever have presidents coming. You managed to hit the flyover states. You're coming back to Georgia a second time, allowing for people near Rome, Georgia to see you, and it's really it really is remarkable. We're very lucky here at Right Side Broadcasting Network to be a witness to this and to fight alongside you. I do have a special shout out that I'd like to give to Cesar Perez. He reached out via Twitter and he said, "Liz, can you give a shout out to my daughter, Lena?" And Cesar Perez, she got bullied for being one of Trump's supporters, and that was by her friends. He asked if I had some wisdom, or if we had some wisdom we could share. So I guess my wisdom, let's see here. I'm still
to be outspoken.
Well, she's getting bullied by her friends. I'm not sure. I think it's Lana, possibly Lana, and she got bullied by her friends. So I would say, if you're being bullied
by your own
friends, not friends, and if you know in your heart that you have good intentions and what you're doing feels right, it's ethical, you're using your morals, you're probably doing something right. You know, you look at what they're doing to President Trump and First Lady Melania. They're getting bullied all the time. If President Trump wasn't making such a huge impact, nobody would care to try and tear him down because they wouldn't be afraid of him. So keep standing up for what you're doing. Follow your beliefs, follow your heart, get new friends.
Yes. And I think embrace who you are. Seriously, embrace who you are, because you're not trying to please your friends. You're not trying to please anybody but yourself, but your heart. So take it or leave it. You know, when people meet me and I'm like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. You know, you shouldn't try to be anyone else. And the chances are those same friends that are bullying you and anybody else that is watching that has had this experience take place in their own life, a lot of times those people, it just takes them a really long time to grow up and mature. So eventually down the line, whether they admit it to you personally or not, they are going to come to their own senses. So if your friends, your quote-unquote friends, are being mean to you and they're picking on you and they're targeting you, first of all, they're not your friends. They're absolutely not tolerant enough to understand, oh my gosh, there's an RSBN side long sleeve shirt in the back. Check that out. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, whoever you are. That's awesome. That's so great. Imagine they didn't bring a Trump shirt. They brought an RSBN shirt. We love it. You know, at one of the rallies. That's awesome.
We love you.
Oh my gosh, we love you so much. I know they're gonna go home and they're gonna pop this live up and watch it. So thank you so much. No, they can't see us.
There's no way they can see all the way back.
You know that the people like you and respect you and trust you when they have merchandise with your network's name on it. I don't see CNN. I don't see MSNBC. I don't see anybody holding anything up related to those other networks, those other news stations. So thank you so much.
Lana, thought about it. Lana, final words from Liz. Work hard. Don't give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but you have to be the hardest working person in the room at all times. If someone isn't nice to you, work hard. Be their boss. Be their senator. Be their governor. You got this. And at such a young age to already be standing up and holding true to your convictions so high, I fully believe that you'll be able to do anything you set your mind to. I think that's what conservative women do. We work hard.
Dude, absolutely, Liz. I just want to remind you, all of you, if you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and make sure that you are subscribed to our channel, because shadow ban is very, very real, and we are trying to crack our record. What is our current record, Liz?
I think it's 155,800 concurrent viewers. I think we're pretty close to 100,000 right now.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure we're gonna beat it. Now,
Share it.
Something that's really cool about Right Side Broadcasting Network, and we have always panned the crowds. However, I think I see Air Force One coming in 3 o'clock. Or that's a control tower. Bright light in the sky. Peachy, I'm gonna let you check that one out.
What is it?
People are pointing. Do you see it? That has to be Air Force One, right? I've seen her light before. I know I sound crazy. It's a UFO or it's Air Force One. Please, nobody quote me on that. Don't forget, Right Side Broadcasting Network is almost entirely viewer funded. So I want to say thank you for those who have supported us. We're going to jump in the email donations in just a second. We have so much information we want to get out to you guys. President Trump, it looks like, is landing now. And he is scheduled to speak at 8:30 here in Rome, Georgia. This is President Trump's second stop in Georgia for the 2020 presidential campaign trail. Biden was here last week, had a couple of dozen cars in a parking lot honking. Right now we have over 20,000 people, last I heard from the campaign, in this one venue, with over 4,000 still waiting to get inside. That was about maybe an hour ago, so definitely more than that now. It is shoulders to shoulder, standing room only, a beautiful night. RSBN is going to be live for the duration of this event, and this is our 4th of the day. We are going to send it after this straight over to Miami, Florida, where we have a team on the ground covering President Trump's 5th rally campaign stop of the day in southern Florida, where tens of thousands are already waiting for him to get there. Incredible day for the Trump campaign. If you'd like to donate to RSBN, if you enjoy the footage that you're seeing, click the $sign in the bottom right-hand corner of the YouTube Super Chat. Donate absolutely any amount. We'll give those shout-outs right before President Trump takes the stage. The second way is by going to our website. Check out our website, www.rsbnetwork.com/donate. Again, that's www.rsbnetwork.com/donate. The third way you can help support us is the non-electronic form of donation, and you can send a check to 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. Thank you. And War Eagle, it looks like Air Force One is touching down here in Rome, Georgia. I'm about to hand it off to my partner Lily to talk to you. Lilith, I knew I was gonna do it. I'm sorry. Not Air Force One. Not Air Force One, ladies and gentlemen. Private jet. Classic mix-up. I'm going to hand it over in just a moment to Lilith to talk to you about today's partner. Before I do that, and I'm going to remind her to drop her social media as well. Make sure you're following Right Side Broadcasting Network on Twitter and Instagram at RSB Network. You can follow us on YouTube as well by subscribing. All of your comments and interactions mean the world to us and just help us to constantly fight this big tech censorship that is obnoxious and is getting more and more just disgusting by the day. You can follow me as well. Please do. I am on Twitter at Liz Willis, LIZWILLIS, with an underscore after that. And I'm on Instagram as well at Liz Willis, LIZWILLIS. Follow me for all the behind-the-scenes work of what it's like to be covering President Trump's 2020 presidential campaign.
Woo,
Lilith, over to you.
Thank you, Liz. Yes, please follow, share, like, all the fun stuff. And you can find me on Instagram, Teachers for Trump. I help expose all the information that I know about public school system. I help expose the teachers' unions. I help expose...
You're gonna get fired.
Well, I'll start my own school. They can cancel me, but I'm still going to vote for President Trump. Follow me on Instagram, Teachers for Trump. I help expose everything that they are brainwashing your children with, ramming down your children's throats instead of educating them. So real quick, I want to share with you our partner of the day, iTarget. Innocent people are falling victim to crime, intimidation, and are forced to fend for themselves because Democrats and the left are successfully defunding the police. When the government can't or won't protect your family, self-defense is the only option. But most of us don't have time to consistently train, plus ammo is really expensive. That's why iTarget Pro was invented. Using their proprietary app and laser bullet, you can now train safely in the convenience of your own home with your actual firearm. iTarget comes in all the major calibers, including .223 and .556, so you can stay sharp with almost any firearm. Today, you can get 10% off plus free shipping with the offer code SAVE10. That's SAVE10. This is the smartest way for you to practice, and it pays for itself in just a few days of practice. That's the letter I, targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code SAVE10. So now I would like to take a moment to go into our super chats to give you all a quick shout out for your amazing super chats and your comments, which we do all read them and we appreciate them. So thank you so much. Let's come into the super chats here. Brian Darnell says, watch all the rallies. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your super chat. Travis Buck, thank you so much. Scott Wiggins, vets choose Trump. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you to all of our military patriots. Thank you for serving the greatest country in the world. Thank you so much. Doc Schrum says, RSBN is the greatest network supporting the greatest president in history. Your team needs to be awarded the Medal of Freedom, MAGA. Thank you so much, Doc Schrum. Shout out to our CEO, Joe Seals, for putting this all together. Back in 2015, when President Trump came out for the first time and said, you know what? The news isn't fair. They're not reporting me fairly and accurately, and they're not doing their job. And so our amazing CEO, Joe, said, you know what? Why don't I do it? He got himself a camera, went to all of his rallies, and 5 years later, here we are covering every single one of his rallies. And tomorrow, he's got 5 rallies. So stay tuned because we're going to have our team split up in all of those different rallies. So let me remind you again, the 5 rallies that President Trump is going to hold tomorrow. His first one is going to be in North Carolina at 11:30 a.m. The second rally is in Scranton, Pennsylvania at 2. Third rally is at Michigan at 3 o'clock. Fourth rally is in Kenosha, Wisconsin at 8 o'clock. And last but not least, rally number 5 is in Grand Rapids, Michigan at 10:30 p.m. So folks, stay energetic, stay lifted, drink your coffees, drink your tea, drink whatever you need to do whatever you need to do to stay tuned with us at RSBN on YouTube. And let's save this country. Let's show President Trump how much we truly care for him, no matter where he goes, no matter what time it is. Because if President Trump could hold a rally at 4 in the morning, I'm telling y'all, he would do it.
Oh, I thought you were saying he was doing it at 4 a.m. I'm like, whoa, wait,
we're late to the plane.
Man's great, but that would be a miserable.
Absolutely. You know, as the closer we are coming to election, the more intense shadow ban is. The fake news and the big tech, they are trying to shut down conservative voices. They're trying to shut down anybody who remotely even thinks about President Trump. All hashtags on Instagram are temporarily hidden to help prevent the spread of possible false information and harmful content related to the election. This is straight from Instagram. This is straight from Instagram. They are temporarily hiding every single hashtag because they know that if they were to only hide the hashtags that say Trump 2020 or 4 more years or MAGA country or Keep America Great, they know that we would find another way to spread our message through other means of hashtags. And so what does Instagram do? They take it all down because we just love them so much. Cringe. And again, let me remind you that Facebook has been banning conservative voices as well. They are not giving anybody a warning. They're just taking them down. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, taking accounts left and right. They don't care who you are. They don't care how much time you've dedicated to your account, to your platform, to raise money, to raise awareness, to spread messages, to anything. They don't care. They're taking it down. That is how emotional these people are. And I want you all to visualize what these fact checkers might look like. They're probably miserable, so angry, just so out of it, and they have so much anger in their heart that the only thing they can do to make themselves fall asleep at night is to ban conservative voices. They yell and they scream at the top of their lungs that Black Lives Matter, unless you're a black conservative. Black Lives Matter, unless you attend a President Trump rally. But here, every single person at this venue is full of love, full of tolerance, full of energy, and doesn't matter how cold it is, doesn't matter how hot it is, people are just so excited to be here. Liz, do you have anything that you want to add before the big dawn arrives?
I'm guessing, I was just looking up flight times. It looks like it's a little bit over an hour. Those are commercial flight times. President Trump aborted Air Force One around 7:55 p.m. Eastern Time. It's 8:31, so let's assume that Air Force One was able to take off promptly. Seems like we had probably an 8 p.m. Eastern departure from Charlotte International, and he's flying to Rome, Georgia. So I'm guessing President Trump will arrive in about half an hour. I could be mistaken. Let's see. I do want to talk about why there are over 20,000 people here, even though President Trump had a rally just a week ago in Macon, Georgia. And it's no surprise, but President Trump is fighting for Georgia workers and their families. He's truly been working like no one has worked before to continue to make our economy great again. As President Trump is going to peacefully protest with supporters in Rome here tonight, the evidence has shown that his whole of government response to the coronavirus has helped Georgia families and workers. President Trump fought to give the people of Georgia the resources and help they need to combat the coronavirus. The president's Paycheck Protection Program provided over $14.6 billion worth of loans to more than 174,000 businesses and saved 1.5 million jobs. Over 5 million Georgians received economic impact payments totaling over $8.4 billion in relief. The CARES Act is providing Georgia with up to $4.1 billion in assistance to deal with the outbreak and more than $792 million in relief so far to 3,888 healthcare providers in the state. Georgia businesses are poised for a historic comeback thanks to President Trump's economic leadership. President Trump's built a stronger economy for Georgia workers and businesses. With pro-growth policies, middle-class tax cuts, and smart deregulation, and he's going to do it again. Over the last 5 months, Georgia added back over 340,000 jobs following the economy's artificial interruption from the China virus. Georgia added 236,000 new jobs in the first 3 years of the Trump administration, including 9,700 new manufacturing jobs. Facts. What does Biden say? Truth over facts? Come on, man. February alone, Georgia's unemployment rate was just 3.1%. President Trump's historic Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is projected to create 36,900 new Georgia jobs over the next decade. The law also designated 260 Georgia communities as opportunity zones, which will drive new private investment into distressed and predominantly minority communities. President Trump kept his promise to negotiate America First trade deals, providing a massive boost to Georgia's economy. The president's United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, also known as USMCA, which we clearly heard Biden admit earlier is better than NAFTA trade deal, will boost Georgia's economy and create new jobs in the state, which exports more than $10.2 billion worth of goods to Canada and Mexico each year. Trade with Canada and Mexico support more than 387,000 jobs in this state, including 22,500 manufacturing jobs. The USMCA will boost Georgia's agricultural exports, helping the state's farmers and agricultural producers. Fun fact, I think I am it's between 5th or 7th generation pine tree farmer now. My family's been doing it for as long as really any of us can remember, and it is a big reason why I'm conservative and why I am fighting for 4 more years of President Trump.
Nice, Liz.
President Trump is defending Georgia farmers and agricultural producers from China by providing $312 million in direct USDA payments to offset the damage of China's tariffs. But Joe Biden's disastrous agenda will decimate Georgia's recovering economy and undo President Trump's policies that Georgians need the most. The terrible trade deals that Joe Biden supported throughout his 44 years in office has killed Georgia jobs. Georgia lost 18,300 jobs due to higher trade deficits with Mexico under NAFTA. Georgia lost 129,500 manufacturing jobs between when NAFTA took effect in 1994 and when President Trump was elected. Biden voted to normalize trade relations with China, which killed over 100,000 Georgia jobs due solely to higher trade deficits. Biden's radical energy policies would devastate Georgia workers and businesses. The oil, natural gas, and coal industries support nearly 150,000 Georgia jobs and contribute more than $14.3 billion annually to the states each year.
It's almost sounds like President Trump is truly a magnificent president. Gee, what a
No, bad man. Orange man bad. Biden's government-run public option plan would ultimately kill private health insurance plans. Under Biden's government-run public option plan, 43 of Georgia's rural hospitals would be at high risk of closing. This would ultimately limit patients' access to health care. Crazy, considering all he wants is great health care for everyone, free for everyone, great for everyone. No, you're going to make it impossible to get health care. Meanwhile, President Trump is fighting to give Georgians the best health care in the world at lower prices. In 2020, the average Obamacare premium in Florida decreased. Finally, Biden has pledged that charter schools will be gone if he's elected. I know you got something to say about that. I'm going to hand it over. Nearly 73,000 students are currently enrolled in over 93 charter schools in this state. Liz,
you're lucky I love you.
You just look like a Lily to me.
I'm Lily. It's okay. But you know what? We're tolerant here.
No,
Liz,
we're not nice. That's not nice.
Liz, we're tolerant here. It's okay. I'm not offended. I'm not triggered. I'm not going to try to cancel you.
Honestly, I deserve it. Do it.
No, but you know, it's funny. I really wanted to talk more about the public education system because President Donald J. Trump is the first president to advocate for, get ready, my two favorite words, school choice. I will preach this from the mountaintops. President Trump has a best interest for your children and for their families. What does school choice mean? That means that the funds follow the student instead of their zip code. So if little Charlie is living in Southside Chicago going to a slum of a school, he's not entitled to staying at that school. He's not forced to stay at that school that's not meeting his educational needs. So with school choice, your child would have the option to attend a better public school, a private school, a charter school, or even homeschool. And friends, if you're just tuning in now, again, my name is Lilith. You can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Teachers for Trump. If you like what you're hearing about me exposing the public education system, head on over to Instagram, follow me at teachers_for_Trump, where you get to see and hear more about our disgusting Department of Education. Someone's got to call it out, so I'll call it out. I'll put everything on the line and tell you all the truth. We are Right Side Broadcasting at the end of the day. So some interesting things that I've seen that I've shared on my page. There was a creepy Florida teacher who wrote her own obituary.
Excuse me?
During the COVID pandemic. She wrote her own obituary. Speaking of creepy, weird teachers, there are teachers who during the school day, I kid you not, Liz, during the school day, these public school teachers will recruit their students to attend an Antifa rally, go protest with BLM on the streets. This is where your taxes are going, parents. This is what you're funding. And talk about higher education, these radical individuals who have the audacity to call themselves professors. I mean, it sucks that we're paying tens of thousands of dollars. This is why college is so expensive, because we're having to... Here we go, we're going to pass it over to our speaker.
Builder who left his mark on skylines around the world. A businessman with an extraordinary ability to communicate directly with the American people. A leader who grew tired of politicians, leading our country down a road to ruin. He didn't do it for money or power or fame. He had all that. He did it because of his love for our great country.
And we will make America great again.
Donald J. Trump beat the odds, smashed the establishment, and won the presidency for the American people.
Donald Trump has defeated Hillary Clinton to become president-elect.
Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
It has been a stunning night. It has been a historic night.
Washington, D.C., the establishment is terrified, and they should be. They were all of them wrong, making this one of the greatest upsets in American political history.
Immediately upon taking office, President Trump changed things. But change threatened the establishment, and the establishment fought back. Democrat obstruction, phony investigations. The dishonest media, an incredible 92% of stories are negative. No president has seen anything like it. Despite everything they threw at him, President Trump delivered for the American people, and he delivered like never before. Building the strongest economy in American history, 7 million new jobs, the lowest ever unemployment for Black and Hispanic Americans, ending the Biden era of lopsided trade deals that sent our factories overseas, passing the historic USMCA, taking on China, winning the trade war, protecting and strengthening Medicare and Social Security, lowering the cost of insulin, delivering the first real drop in drug prices in 50 years, restoring our military, fixing the VA, bringing our troops home, and taking the world's deadliest terrorists off the battlefield. Soleimani, al-Baghdadi, ISIS, brought to justice. Moving America's embassy to Jerusalem, a new era of strength and solidarity with our ally Israel. Negotiating a historic peace deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, securing our border, miles of new border wall being built, illegal immigration dropped to the lowest point in a decade, tackling the coronavirus head-on, banning travel from China, mobilizing government, business, and the American people to manufacture masks, ventilators, and medical supplies, and launching Operation Warp Speed, an unprecedented effort to develop a vaccine to eradicate the coronavirus from the face of the earth in record time. President Trump has accomplished more for the American people in 4 years than any other president in history. And in his second term, he will lead America to even greater heights, draining the swamp, rebuilding the economy, bringing back millions of jobs, creating 10 million new jobs in 10 months, new opportunities for all Americans, not just those at the top, lowering drug costs, expanding access to high-quality health care for every American family, defending America's police, restoring law and order to our cities, stopping illegal immigration and protecting American families, and ending America's reliance on China once and for all, bringing back jobs and factories, making medicine and products in America again. President Trump will rebuild America's infrastructure, renew hope and our entrepreneurial spirit for a new generation, and restore the American dream. It won't be easy, never pretty. The swamp will continue to fight him every step of the way. But under President Trump, our families will thrive. Our incomes will rise. Our communities will be kept safe. Our factories will flourish. Our flag will fly high. Our country will soar. And we will make America great again.
That was a really fun way to warm up the crowd and get them excited as we all patiently wait for President Donald J. Trump to arrive. Yesterday, I was reporting live from Butler, Pennsylvania, and he arrived in a chopper. This man is so savage. He's so unstoppable. It was the most beautiful sight. There was a gorgeous horizon in the back, and he came down with this chopper. So who knows what we're going to see today. He surprises us every time. So thank you all again for being here with us at Right Side Broadcasting on YouTube. And I just want to take a look at how many. We've got 120,000 concurrently watching with us right now, but our record was 155,000 concurrent views. So Patriots, help us out. Like this video, share this video, comment on this video. We want to beat that record. We want to get those numbers all the way up through the roof. So help us out. But with that being said, I'm feeling this music. You know, it doesn't matter how many rallies you attend, the music never gets old, especially YMCA at the end. We're all dancing to YMCA. So I'm going to read some of the super chats because we love to engage with you and we love to give you your fame. So before I go into the super chats, there are two special shout outs that I want to give. The first shout out, we have an amazing patriot that follows us on RSBN. His name is Zachary Connery. Thank you so much for supporting us. We wish you all well and we love all of your support. And we got a really kind, generous donation from John Reinert. Thank you for your service to our amazing country. Thank you for putting everything on the line for us to be able to celebrate this. So thank you to all of our military veterans. Thank you to all of our law enforcement officers. Thank you to everybody who's contributing something to society. We hear you, we see you, we love you, we appreciate you. And now we're gonna go over to the super chats. Scott Geller, thank you so much for your super chat. Rob S says, Trump 2020 smacked the political class in the face. Thank you so much for your super chat. Charlie, thank you so much. Joseph says, Green Berets for Trump. Oh, I love when you all specify who you are, where you're from, and what you're representing. Thank you so much. Here we go, Teeing Off TN. Thank you so much for your super chat. Earned our respect and votes. I've never seen a person with more passion, heart, and focus on what he believes in. He inspires us all, and we will fight for him. We are truly blessed to have such a fabulous president. Candy, I love your message, and I love that you emphasize that we will fight for him, because President Trump fights nonstop for us. Talk about 5 rallies in 5 different states in one day. Who has ever done that? Nobody. Mythbuster, thank you so much for your super chat. Ralph III says, I think if MLK or Abraham Lincoln were still alive, they wouldn't be in favor of BLM. Absolutely true. Thank you. Michael says, MAGA 2020. Thank you. Michael Tipton says, great job, RSBN Network. Your president must be very proud of the job you do. 4 more years for the best president ever from the United Kingdom. We have people watching from Brazil. We have people watching from Spain. We have people watching from Germany, Italy, France, UK, Canada,
Sweden, China. I'm trying to think of all the different currencies we've received.
Yeah.
It's very cool. And
Yeah.
I've learned a lot about international currencies working here. Yeah.
Yes. Let us know in the comments, where are you all watching from? Where are you originally from? I'm originally Armenian. I'm an Armenian American. And like I've said before, I'm fighting to save two countries. I'm fighting to save the United States, and I'm fighting to save Armenia and the bloodshed war that my country has been in for almost, for over 1 month now. And you will do anything and absolutely anything to help your country. I am willing to put everything on the line for America. I'm willing to put everything on the line for Armenia. And looks like we're seeing a plane.
3 o'clock.
Here we go, 3 o'clock. We think we see some lights.
Coming in hot.
He's coming in hot. Let's see if we can get our camera to come. We're trying to coordinate over here. It's a little bit difficult to see. We have a lot of trucks over here. We're trying to coordinate with our cameraman to see if that's actually what we're seeing. But with that being said, Liz, is there anything that you want to add about the last, how many days do we have till election? 2 months? 3 years?
Really, 1. We have tomorrow.
We have tomorrow.
And then it's November 3rd. Then it's time for everyone to get out and vote. So hopefully, you know, if you haven't already voted, hopefully you're getting out and voting in person on November 3rd. I had no issue going to my polling place. It's been the same one since I was 18. So I've always just been registered as my address at my parents' house, even when I live other places. And I'm very familiar with my polling place. But if you guys are not sure about where to go on November 3rd, I have a tweet. I'll make sure I pin it. You can follow it at Liz Willis _ on Twitter. It's a Team Trump website. It's the campaign is actually really encouraging everyone to go and check it out. You can also pledge to vote for President Trump, pledge your support there, find out your polling place, check the status of your voter registration. It is a great resource. And they actually are able to use some of that data if you choose to let them, if you pledge, they get kind of a good estimate of how many people are going out and are going to vote for President Trump. So it helps them know just how big of a landslide they are going to win by. Was I on camera?
Yes, our cameraman is laughing at us.
Because he hates us. He does this on purpose.
We love him. He's amazing. We want to give our cameraman a shout out too.
No, we don't.
Absolutely incredible. They work so hard.
Fake news.
They work so hard to show you. You know, we're just here talking. We're having fun, but they really truly do have a gift. The tips of their fingers. So thank you so much. Currently
harassing me.
Currently, we have Petrie holding it down. So, Petrie, we love you. So, thank you so much for what you do.
I want to jump into the YouTube Super Chat, not the YouTube Super Chat, the website donations really quickly. Haven't totally been able to keep up with those. They're coming in pretty hot. So, let's load the most current ones. Let's see. It's 8:51. Perfect. Looks like we have John Hanson, Gary Gooley, Brian Tassett, Randana Tin, Rebecca, Helen Harris, Andrew N. McLeod, Taryn Bear, Kevin Weaver, and Tina. So thank you for those who have donated to Right Side Broadcasting Network. Continue to get those in. Those were just names. I'm going to start reading the shout outs in just a second. We are going to be really giving as many shout outs as we possibly can leading up to President Trump arrival, and it looks that's Air Force One. That is a big light. She's coming in hot. And now, if I'm wrong, you don't think so? We're not going to be able to probably get that feed because of she's coming in very low where she's going to land. But I want you guys to know that President Trump is almost here. Make sure that you like and share this stream as much as you possibly can. Right now, we want to beat our current record, which is 155,000 concurrent viewers. I know that we can make that happen here tonight. We also have the Miami stream later this evening. RSBN, this will be our 5th rally of the day, sending teams live from each of them because no one else is covering President Trump and these incredible rallies. This is a campaign like no other. This is a campaign that is going to set the new standard for all campaigns.
You know what I've noticed, Liz? Let me tell you, girl. There's how many would you say, how many fake news people do we have up here?
There's 30,000.
About
25.
About 25 people up here. 25.
Oh, I thought you meant total.
No. I meant about 25 to 30 other news people up here. They don't talk during the rally. They stand there with their camera.
They stare at us.
They stare at us. They especially stare at us when we're dancing to the awesome music. But they stand there, their cameras pointed at the same angle, and oh, here it is. Yes. That is so incredible.
want to say thank you for everyone for tuning in. We want to get some of these announcements made before President Trump takes the stage. Don't forget your donations. And there's so many questions right now about asking how they can donate to Right Side Broadcasting Network. It's really important that you guys know that we're almost entirely viewer funded. This separates us from the rest of literally every other single news network. And that's so that we can continue to remain live, uninterrupted, unedited, and we can say whatever we want. We can interview people and we don't have to worry about what they might say. We are here to show these rallies and to pan these crowds. If you enjoy the coverage and you want to see more of it, you can donate a number of ways. The first one is by clicking the $sign in the bottom right-hand corner of the YouTube live chat. The second way is by going to the website www.rsbnetwork.com/donate. Again, that's www.rsbnetwork.com/donate. The website is one of my favorite ways to make sure your donation goes through. YouTube's great, but they actually keep around 30% of it. So while it is probably the most fun, if you don't want to give YouTube a penny, that's fine. You can go to our website. Now, the third way is a non-electronic way, and you can do that by sending a check to 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. Again, I'm Liz Willis. That's LIZWILLIS. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram is just my name. Twitter is my name with an underscore at the end. We are at President Trump's 4th rally of the day. He has just landed in Air Force One, so if you're just now tuning in, you're not too late. President Trump has just touched down again on Air Force One here in Rome, Georgia. This is President Trump's 2nd campaign rally in the great Peach State, my home state. I'm very proud to be here. And we have one more this evening. It's scheduled for 11:30 in Miami, Florida. It's going to be absolutely massive based on what we've seen so far. So you want to make sure that you're tuned in for that. President Trump also has 5 more rallies tomorrow. It is an all-day event. RSBN will be providing all-day coverage. Lilith, I'm going to hand it over to you to talk a little bit more about our partners and why they are so special to us and how our viewers can support them as well.
Absolutely.
Our viewers today are iTarget Pro, and over to you, Lilith.
Thank you, Liz. iTarget Pro is our incredible partner of the day. They work very closely with us, and we appreciate everything that they continue to do to support us. And we appreciate all of you that in turn, in return, support them. So iTarget Pro. Innocent people are falling victim to crime, intimidation, and are forced to fend for themselves because the Democrats and the left are successfully defunding the police. But you know what? When President Trump is reelected in 2 days, that's going to stop. When the government can't or won't protect your family, self-defense is the only option, but most of us don't have time to consistently train, plus ammo is really expensive. That's why iTarget Pro was invented. Using their proprietary app and laser bullets, you can now train safely in the convenience of your own home with your actual firearm. iTarget comes in all of the major calibers, including .223 and .556, so you can stay sharp with almost any firearm. Today, you can get 10% off plus free shipping with the offer code SAVE10. That's SAVE10. This is the smartest way for you to practice, and it pays for itself in just a few days of practice. That's the letter iTargetPro.com, iTargetPro.com, offer code SAVE10. Ladies, especially ladies, please go get your concealed carry. You know what? We're not invincible. Nobody is invincible. Don't rely on your, boyfriend to protect you all the time. You got to protect yourself. When you're going to the grocery store or whatever you're doing, get your concealed carry. Check out iTarget Pro and check out all the many ways that they offer classes. And even if you just want to learn how to hold a gun or how to feel comfortable being around a gun, that's probably the most. Exactly. And that's...
I have a fun story about that. So I was unpacking my iTarget Pro today, and my mom, we were just talking about guns. I got to go home for about an hour and throw my clothes and then wash. But obviously my family was talking about guns, what's new. And my mom was going, Liz, guess what? I was like, what? And my brother's girlfriend, love you, girl, if you're watching. I'm not going to say her name. But as far as I've known, she's been pretty liberal. And my mom goes, guess what? She likes guns now. And she said that so excited. Obviously, my brother likes guns. her boyfriend. So I'm letting them borrow my iTarget Pro. I didn't get much more of the story. I had to run in and run out, but they have my iTarget Pro, and hope they have fun with it. I hope you get comfortable with that firearm, girlfriend.
That's how you got to do it, for real. You got to protect yourself. And speaking of Democrats and the left successfully defunding our police, I strongly believe that when President Trump is reelected, that is game over. We're bringing law enforcement back. We are bringing more funding into their pockets and into the men and women who proudly display their badge and put everything on the line for us. And one of my dear friends from California, Nancy, I love her so much. So her son went trick-or-treating yesterday for Halloween, and he went trick-or-treating at the Biden house. And so he got the candy, and as he's leaving, he says, Trump 2020, right? I mean, it's free speech. You can say whatever you want. As he's leaving the Biden house, he says, Trump 2020, and the Biden house, they call the police on him. And my friend is like, well, wait a minute. You can't call the police. You want to defund them. How does that work? But President Trump is the biggest advocate for law enforcement. He is the biggest advocate for our military veterans. He's the biggest advocate for school choice. Again, I'm a public school teacher. Follow me on Instagram, Teachers for Trump. If you want to learn more about what's taking place in our classrooms, follow me, Teachers for Trump, because Kamala Harris and Biden just recently, last Wednesday, introduced a bill that would lengthen the school day by 3 hours to better align with parents' schedules. Are you kidding me right now? What are we? Are we babysitters? So this bill would target low-income and working families who can't afford to pay for childcare in between the time a student finishes with school and a parent returns home from work. I don't know about you, but that's a little too far-fetched for me. You want us to not only conform to all the unrealistic, inhumane demands that they're setting upon teachers already, but now they want to lengthen the school day by 3 hours.
We're gonna get the record tonight, Lilith.
Are we? Are we?
137,000 watching right now. I want to say really quick, I don't want to interrupt you, but although COVID, I think the Dems and the left really thought this was it. They glorified this virus because they thought there's no way President Trump is going to recover from this. But it really is, and I don't know if I'm tooting my own horn here, but say they have these venues. They've made them smaller. There used to be tens and tens of thousands of people at these rallies, and then we've complied to a lot of the state's regulations and their crazy laws that their governors have enacted. Fine, the campaign has done what they have to do. But because of RSBN, it's not just 20,000 people watching. It's 20,000 here, 150,000 at home. And that's another reason why Right Side Broadcasting Network is just so important. There's no stopping President Trump. And if we weren't here to spread this, it would stop at 20,000.
Absolutely. And we wouldn't even be able to be here without your support. We started this in 2015. Our CEO, Joe Seals, started by himself. He got a camera and he said, you know what? I'm going to go to his rallies and I'm going to show the people what it's like to be here because no one else will. And so 5 years later, here we are. We have our crew split up in all of his rallies in different states across the country. So without your support, we wouldn't be here. So Liz, thank you so much for saying that. And you know what?
Thanks for listening to it.
What state was it? Was it Minnesota where the governor only allowed 250? Minnesota.
Horrible. Absolutely bullcrap.
250.
I don't understand it.
250.
The campaign was there the week before and everything went fine.
And thousands of people rallied for him outside. So it doesn't matter.
But you can protest and that's fine.
You can't stop us. You cannot and will not stop us. So here we are. We're just waiting for the grand entrance here. We've got our patriots with their phones out. Everyone is waiting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Thank you very much. What a crowd this is. Wow. Well, thank you very much. Hello, Georgia. Hello, Georgia. 2 days, can you believe it? 2 days from now, we're going to win this state again. And we're going to win 4 more great years in the White House. We have done a lot, and we've done a lot together. It's been a great relationship with Georgia. Thank you very much. With your vote, we will continue to cut your taxes, cut regulations, support our police, support our great military, protect your Second Amendment, which is under siege, defend religious liberty, and ensure more products are proudly stamped with that beautiful phrase, made in the USA, and that's happening. Next year will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country, and it's heading that way. Under my leadership, our economy is now growing at the fastest rate ever recorded, 33.1%. The fake news does not like talking about that number, you know. We beat a number from 1952 and more than doubled it, much more than doubled it. They don't love talking about numbers like that. They can't believe it. We created a record 11.4 million jobs in the last 5 months. And while foreign nations are in a free fall, we are creating an economic powerhouse unrivaled anywhere in the world. A recent Gallup poll just out found that 56% of Americans say they are better off today than 4 years ago with Sleepy Joe and Obama. If Biden and Kamala, how about Kamala? I don't think so. That's not going to be your first woman president. That's left than Crazy Bernie. He's like a conservative compared to her. And the radical left gain power. The economy will collapse and our country will go into a steep, well, we're not going to have to worry about it, okay? Steep depression. We don't have to worry about it. I shouldn't even be here. They say I have Georgia made, but you know what? I said, I promised we have to be here. David. No, they said, sir, you don't have to come to Georgia. We have it made. It's won. It's, well, by the way, just go out and vote, okay? Just go out and vote. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, thank you very much. No, they said this morning, sir, honestly, we can skip to it. You know, I've done 4 of these. You know, I'm going to Florida for another one. You believe this? Wonderful. Oh, and I had such an easy life before this. It was so. But you know, I'm happy. You know why? No administration, no president has done anything near what we've done in the first 3.5 years. Nobody. We're helping our country. We're rebuilding our military. It's rebuilt. $2.5 trillion. We've cut your taxes, the largest tax cut in history. His is going to be the... Explain this to me. His campaign is, we will raise your taxes more than any administration has ever raised your taxes. I don't know, somehow, David, that doesn't play very well, does it, huh? He wants to increase your taxes by $4 trillion, massively increase your regulations again. We cut your regulations more than any administration has ever done, more than any, whether it's 4 years, 8 years, or in one case more. Close down your factories, send your jobs overseas, destroy the suburbs. Will the women of the suburbs please vote for President Trump? So ridiculous. And I keep hearing from the fake news, the women of the suburbs don't like Donald Trump. And I'm saying to myself, well, I'm giving them safety, protection, and I terminated a regulation that will ruin the suburbs and ruin the value of your house, and you'll be fleeing the suburbs. And no, I did a lot for the suburbs, I'll tell you. Thank you. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You know, I made a speech a couple of days ago, and I said, women of the suburbs, please love me. And they took it on CNN. They said, he is begging for their support now. Women of the suburbs, I've done a lot. You do not want to have a project built next to your house. No, we've done a lot. They want to terminate religious liberty, eliminate school choice, outlaw private health care. Would you say it's windy enough tonight? Would you say? It's wonderful. I said, is there much wind? No, about 25 or 30 miles an hour, sir. Oh, that's wonderful. Shred the Second Amendment, take away your guns, and indoctrinate your children with hateful, anti-American lies. Biden has vowed to abolish American oil, fracking, natural gas. You ever see a guy fracking? For 1.5 years, he's going, there will be no fracking. Then he goes to Pennsylvania. They say, what about fracking? And he goes, what should I say? Well, they say you're going to have to totally change your stance because they have 1 million jobs, right? It's a big part of Pennsylvania. It's a big part of Texas. It's a big part of this country. You're going to have to change. So now he goes, first speech, he goes, no, we are in total favor of fracking. I mean, and the fake news doesn't even ask him a question about it. I don't think I could get away with it. I don't think so. How about the other day he walks past the press, the media, the fake news, and he walks past, sir, what flavor ice cream is it? He's walking out of an ice cream store. It's, vanilla and chocolate. They don't ask me questions like that. It'll cause massive layoffs, exploding energy prices, and crippling blackouts, just like they have in California. They're doing great with California energy, right? They have brownouts. They don't want to call them blackouts, but it'll end up being blackouts very soon. Biden's energy ban will send every state from Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania into crushing poverty, and you know that. The whole thing is ridiculous. The Green New Deal, AOC +3. I don't even think they ever took, I don't think that, did they take even an environmental course? Ilhan Omar is a part of that deal. No. She loves our country very much. That's why I'm going to win Minnesota, because of her. As long as I'm president, we will remain #1 producer of oil and natural gas anywhere in the world. We are now #1. And something you haven't heard very much of forever. We are totally energy independent. Isn't that I don't think we're going to let them turn that around on us, people that have no clue, especially Biden. He truly doesn't have a clue. Our opponent's agenda is a war on workers, a war on faith, and a war on our great police. Biden says he's running as a proud Democrat. Well, of course, he said, I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate. And I said, he's kidding, isn't he? But then he did it a second time. And I'm running as a proud American. Okay? Thank you very much. This is a lot of people here, I'll tell you. But you know, we always have a lot of people. We really do. It's like the spirit. When you see what's going to happen with the great red wave. And you know, I don't know if you've been watching the results, but if you look at Florida, we're looking very good. If you look at Iowa, we're looking very good. If you look at North Carolina, we are looking great. If you look at Pennsylvania, we are looking very good. Oh, there are going to be some heads that are exploding. It would have been nice, you know what would have been really nice, though? If our Supreme Court could have ruled that everything has to be counted by the evening of our election, our great election day. Wouldn't that be nice? Instead of waiting around 6 days, 8 days, 9 days, giving them more time. If they want more time, let them put their ballots in early. They don't have to wait till the end. Let's give them an extra 3 days, and let's take all the time you want. You know, people want to know, and you know, bad things happen in places like Pennsylvania and Nevada. We love Nevada, but you have a governor there. Bad things can happen. That little intervening, let's take plenty of time. No, that's a terrible ruling for our country. I don't care. It's a terrible ruling. It's a shame. Joe Biden is a globalist who spent 47 years outsourcing your jobs, opening your borders, and sacrificing American blood and treasure in endless foreign wars. Don't worry, they're all coming home. They've been coming home. We're down to very low numbers. He was a cheerleader for NAFTA and China's entry into the World Trade Organization. That was another great deal we made. What a deal. China was flatlined for years and years, and then they went like a rocket ship because of that stupid deal. Biden shipped your jobs and factories to China while raking in millions of dollars for him and his family, we find out. The only problem is the news doesn't want to report it, and big tech doesn't want to report it. No, big tech doesn't want to report it. You ever see where they have trending? You know what they do? They take stories about me if they can find anything bad, and then they make it worse. Trending. Donald Trump did this. Trending. The most boring stories. I mean, with all the things happening. With affairs and this and that. They don't want to hear trending Donald Trump. It's a whole big hoax. It's a big tech hoax. But we have some senators right here that are doing a lot about it. A lot about it. Joe Biden is a corrupt politician who is bought and owned by China. Okay? I mean, how is he going to do it? And by the way, we've taken in billions and billions of dollars. And you know, you have farmers, a lot of farmers. I found that out with David Perdue. We went down, and they were affected a year and a half ago, very heavily affected by a hurricane. We took care of those farmers. Nobody else would have done it. We took care of those farmers, but you know what I did? $28 billion from China went to farmers because they were targeted. Can you imagine Joe Biden saying to China, in fact, he actually said he'd take off the taxes and the tariffs that we charged. He said we'll take them off. But now we know why. Because his son walked away with $1.5 billion in management fees. And how about where the son said, He wants $10 million a year for recommendation purposes, okay? You know who's going to recommend? His father. His father's going to be recommended. Or the son who was out of a job, had no money, and then the father became vice president, and all of a sudden the son is going to be put on the board of Burisma from Ukraine for $183,000. $183 a month. A month. Who would not take that job? Who would not take that job? We said, what's your experience? He said, I have none. What do you know about energy? I have none. There's a young person right here, probably 7 or 8 years old, has more knowledge of energy than wears Hunter. Then he said he wants a $3 million upfront payment also. But how about Russia? So Russia, you know, Russia, the laptop from hell. Russia did it. Schiff, watermelon face. Schiff, Adam Schiff. He said the other day, here we go again. He said the laptop was created by Russia. We are so screwed up. And he always says it in the halls of Congress because you can't be prosecuted for lying. You ever notice? He doesn't say it outside. No, he got 3.5. Man, is it windy. Whoa. I wanted to show you how great my hair was. I was having a great hair day, but there's a lot of wind. And besides that, everyone else has a hat on. Everyone else has one. So if you can do it, I can do it too. Then he got $3.5 million cash from the mayor of Moscow's wife. She very generously gave him $3.5 million in cash. So when I asked during the debate, did anyone see the debates, Father? I felt like Perry Mason in his absolute prime. Look, the last question, I said, wait a minute. Does that mean you want to get rid of energy? You want to get rid of, yes, I'd like to transition out. I said, this is the biggest moment. That was like Perry Mason, the last one. And even the anchor, Kristen Welker, who actually treated me fairly, compared to Chris Wallace, who wouldn't let us answer a question. Actually, Chris Wallace came in third that evening. We won. But no, I would say that Sleepy Joe probably came in second. Chris Wallace was a deep third. But you know, Kristen Welker, who did, her inclination is not for us. But she looked up, and when he said that stupid answer, she said, why did you say that? Because, you know, she's on his side, okay? Why? Did you see that? Why did you say that? Oh, that you ruined my evening. No, but she was fair to me. She really was. I called her. I said, that was very professional. I appreciated it. Now, most people said she didn't treat me well. Relatively speaking, she treated me fantastically. In 2016, Georgia voted to fire this corrupt political establishment, and you elected an outsider as president who is finally putting America first. And if I don't sound like a typical Washington politician, it's because I'm not a politician, thank you. If I don't always play, that's right? If I don't always play by the rules of Washington and the Washington establishment, it's because I was elected to fight for you, and I fight for you harder and meaner and stronger than any president has ever fought for you. That I can tell you. That swamp is deep and it's vicious, and they keep coming at you, but we're there, and we're going to win. You know, we're going to win. Deep swamp. It's a deep swamp, but we're winning, and I'll tell you what, we're going to win. I wish they didn't delay the whole deal. But maybe we can win by enough they can call it on Tuesday night. You know, I just came in, and the beautiful thing about Air Force One, good-looking plane, isn't it? The beautiful thing about Air Force One, you have more televisions than you have in anything. They have televisions on the floors, on the ceilings, and one of the shows they said, you see what's happening? And they go, what's happening? Trump is like, way up with African American, way up with Hispanic American. They're going, what's happening? And the votes came in because you people are going to go and vote mostly on Election Day, right? Which is good. That's called the red wave. Don't let anything stop you. Nothing. That's called the red wave. But these people, they send in their ballots, and we're practically even. We're supposed to be like 20, 30, 40 points behind, and then we make it up, and at the end, we get it over the line, right? So in Florida, we're practically even. They're in big trouble. They're saying, this isn't good. This isn't good. There are those that have already projected that we're going to win Florida, that we're going to win certain. This is not working out like they thought. I think we're going to do even better than we did 4 years ago. And you know what? I never thought I'd say it, but this is even more of an important election. This is going to be, this could be the most, thank you very much, I love you too. I don't know who you are, I don't know, male or female, I can't even tell. But whoever you are, I love you too. This is going to be the most important election, in my opinion, because our country can never be a socialist country, and that's what they want to do. This election is a choice between a depression and a boom. It's a choice between a deadly Biden lockdown. He always talks about locking down. I want to lock down. I want to follow science. Some guy walks in, I think you should lock it down. Oh, let's knock down a $12 trillion economy. No, we're not going to do that. It's also, we come up a safe vaccine that is ending the pandemic. By the way, it ends with or without. We're rounding the turn, but we have the greatest companies in the world, and they're all set. And we're coming up. We will mass distribute the vaccine in just a few short weeks, and it will quickly help us to eradicate it. It's going to go anyway. It's going anyway. We are around, and by the way, they have therapeutics that work. Look at that. I don't know. I like to think I did it because I'm in perfect physical shape, but I'm a young man. Like Barron Trump, he had it, sir. Barron tested positive. White House doctor Sean, a great doctor, he said, sir, your son, about 14 years old, very tall young man. Hi, Barron, how you doing? He's great, but he's strong. And Sean came in to see me, sir, Barron tested positive. I said, that's not good. Oh, he'll be fine, sir. I said, well, about 12 minutes later, Sean, how's Barron doing? Sir, he's fine. It's all gone. See, they have a strong, I don't mean 12. You know what they'll do? They'll say, he's exaggerating. It took a half a day. The fake news, everything you say. When I talked about illegal immigration, Joe Biden wants to give everything you can give to illegal immigrants, which will bring millions and millions of people in. So I said, you can't give them health care. You can't give them education. But Joe Biden promised them, every one of them, a free Rolls Royce. CNN said, this is a terrible thing. That's not a true statement. No, they can't take a little bit of fun. But you know what? We're in a position, we're doing so well, we can afford to have fun. The one thing that happened that we can never, ever forget is what China did to our country. We can never forget. We shouldn't have one death, but we closed it up. How would you like to be in my position? I just created, with a lot of people, including yourselves, the greatest, strongest economy in the world. And now I had to shut it down. We did the right thing. We shut it down. We figured it out. We have to protect our senior citizens. We know all about it. And we now have all these therapies, and in my opinion, cures. I think it's cures, frankly. But we've done a great job. But how would you like to be shutting down the greatest economy ever, and now we're building it back up? And we're not talking about a V. We're talking about a super V based on all of the numbers that you see. Housing numbers, automobile numbers. 33.1, the highest ever by more than double. Joe Biden is promising to postpone the vaccine, delay therapies, and turn America into a prison state. Lock it down. Locking you in your home while letting Antifa and other far-left rioters, look, letting Antifa's bad news, you do know that, right? Bad news. Let them roam free. You can't go to church, right? You can't go to your schools. You know, you can't do any of this stuff. By the way, your governor, I don't know if he's here. Is he here? Brian, where is he? Because Brian did a hell of a job. He said, we're going to let it stay open. And George is doing very well. The Biden lockdown will mean no school, no graduation, no weddings, no Thanksgiving, no Christmas, no Easter, no 4th of July, no future for American youth. Other than that, he's doing quite a good job, right? Sleepy Joe Biden. You know what? In prime time, he was never a smart guy. Everybody knows it. And he was never a nice guy. And if he was a nice guy, I wouldn't talk the way I talk about him. But he is definitely not the guy. He was in prime time. We called him 1% Joe. He always got 1% when he ran. Now he's got half left. He's got about half at best. And he wins. Is this a screwed up business you people are in or what? What a crazy business. A vote for Biden is a vote for lockdowns, layoffs, and misery. If you want a vaccine to kill the virus, a job to support your family well, and freedom to live your life, then go cast your ballot for a man named Trump. We're doing a job. We're doing a job together. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I wish they'd show. Could the cameras please span this crowd? You know, they never do it. They never do it. And they never show Joe. You know, so today he did a conference with Barack Hussein Obama. And you know what? The crowd was actually smaller. They're not drawing flies. They're not drawing. And they never show that crowd. But they should show these crowds because in the history of politics, I think in the history of anything, including music, and you know, I do this without a guitar. That's very tough. No, we don't have a guitar. Look at these crowds. It is one of the great phenomena. They don't like talking about it. They said, is he a great public speaker? Oh, I don't really think so. Well, what the hell am I getting 35,000 people? They want to say. Was I ever, today I said to the great Hope Hicks, does anybody know Hope Hicks? I said, Hope. Or Kaylee, where's Kaylee? Kaylee's great. No, we have such great people. Or our chief of staff, Mark Meadows, do you know? He loves these rallies. Took me 3 years to get him out of Congress. I tell you what, he's doing a great job. So easy, it's such an easy job because we're dealing with such nice people on the other side. But you know what? It's going to all come together with success. It was coming, I tell this, it was coming together. We were getting calls. It was coming together, believe it or not. We were getting calls from the other side, people that you wouldn't believe would be getting calls from. You know what? Let's sit down. And then all of a sudden we got hit with the China plague. And now we're back to the drawing boards. And next year's going to be one of the greatest economic years and all of that. But I'll tell you what, success, great success like we had. Best African, if you look, African American numbers, Hispanic American numbers, women, Asian American numbers, high school diploma, no high school diploma, MIT first in your class. Everybody was doing good, and it was coming together, and we would have unified, I'm telling you. And we're going to have another chance at it because we are going to have a stronger year next year because we have a great foundation, and you see the kind of numbers coming out. You had your best year last year ever. You're going to have an even better year next year. And you know, like all these caps, make America great again. We're going to change them. We're going to say, make America great again. But you don't have to believe me on Biden. I brought a very expensive little tape for you to watch. Where is it? A lot of money.
You know, we have to come together. That's why I'm running. I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate. So vote! Vote! Visit IRL.com/Ohio. God bless you. Look, tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday, and I want to thank you all. I tell you what, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I? We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the you know the thing. You agree with me? Go to Joe 30330. We choose truth over facts. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Donald Trump does pose an extra threat to this. It's not hypothetical.
Now, to be fair, maybe Biden's not telling us because he's forgotten his own plans. Watch Biden's staff quickly swoop in to shuffle him along during a quickie escape the basement trip to Pennsylvania.
Here's the deal. One of the things that is important is that keep in mind, although they're going to vote on Barrett, I think today.
That was terrifying.
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of George, he is going to find ourselves in a position where, if Trump gets elected, we're going to be in a different world.
Barack and I think it's a right for people to have bad health care. Folks, we got a lot of work to do. I don't only need you to get me elected, I need you once I'm elected. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
You know, we have to come together. That's why I'm running.
We saved so much time. We could run another couple of minutes. I could just say, bye-bye, I'm going to Florida. You know, I'm doing another one of these in a little while. The fake news can't believe it. They're exhausted. Look at all of them back there. Those cameras, they're sagging. This is their 4th one. And all the crowds are big and strong, and they love our country. They all love our country. We have a movement the likes of which this country has never seen before. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. So joining us tonight, now we have a movement the likes of which this country has never seen before, never seen. And you know, you thought it was big 4 years ago. This is much bigger. This is much bigger. You know why? Because I've really lived up to what we said, and even more so. One of them said he's actually the only guy I've ever seen. He's done more than he promised, which is true. That's not a typical politician. But joining us tonight are warriors, great people, people that I work with all the time, people that I like and people that I respect. Actually, a couple of them I don't like that much, but I respect them. They do a good job, which is much more important. But one I do like and respect a lot. He's respected like you wouldn't believe all over Washington. People go to him for advice, and he gets it done. Senator David Perdue. Stand up, man. Will you please make sure he gets in without a runoff? Do you mind? The guy he's running against is nothing. You know, I beat him. He was running for Congress against somebody I'm going to introduce in just a second, but we beat him and we beat him easily. Now he's running for the Senate. You're supposed to win at a certain level before you do this. David's one of the best there is in the whole country, and you got to make sure that David Perdue wins, okay? A woman that I got to know a little while ago, and she is strong and tough and wonderful, and she's done a really great job, and I want to thank her very much. Kelly Loeffler. Kelly, great job, Kelly. Great job. A man who's very close to Kelly, thinks she's wonderful, admits that she's great, and she admits that he's great, and I'm stuck right in the middle. And he's somebody, and he really is, he's a warrior. He was a warrior with a fake impeachment witch hunt deal. And you couldn't have asked for better. He's an incredibly talented guy and a good guy, and I'm just sitting back and watching these two. And whoever it is, you have two winners. You have two winners. Doug Collins. Thank you, Doug. You think it's easy being me, right? It's just not. But we're going to have two winners. We got two winners there. Go out and vote, and let's see what happens. But whoever it is, we got two really talented people. Representative Rick Allen. Rick. Great job, Rick. Great job. These are warriors. Barry Loudermilk. Barry. Oh, I like that, Barry. I like that. Thank you, Barry. Great job you do. We appreciate all that support from these guys. They really are. They fight hard, and they win. They know how to win. We were 197-0, right? 197 on the fake impeachment. I'm the only guy in the world that got impeached over a very good phone call. Can you believe it? I thought you're supposed to do something wrong to get impeached, but they took care of it. Former governor for 8 years and very, very popular guy and so good at the farming business. I made him Secretary of Agriculture, and we gave the farmers $28 billion. Thank you very much, China. Sonny Perdue. Thank you, Sonny. And Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan. Hi, Jeff. Good, Jeff. Good job, Jeff. Agriculture Commissioner Gary Black. Thank you. Great, Gary. Good job you're doing. Oh, here's a guy. I love this guy. And I guess he's not, at least yet, a Republican. Can you believe it? But he's the hottest guy in politics. I see him on television. Everyone loves him. The ratings go up. I shouldn't say Democrat, so I refuse to say it. State Representative Vernon Jones. Great job. I love this guy. Got guts. He saw me a couple of times. He said, that's what we need. I mean, we can't have Sleepy Joe. Thank you. And he's long before Joe. He's a great gentleman, too. He's a great person. Georgia GOP Chair David Schaefer. Thank you, David. How we doing, David? Are we winning? Are we going to win like big? Okay. Can you imagine where they say, don't come tonight? Can you imagine? I'm going to call them up. You had people in line like for 2 days. Let's call them up and say, we don't need you because we're going to win Georgia. But you got to go vote. You never know. It's called politics. You never know. Got to be careful. Get out and vote. Let's really send a resounding note to Washington. And a friend of mine, a great woman, and I hope she wins because she deserves it. She works hard, and her opponent is absolutely terrible. She's a total puppet for Nancy Pelosi, Crazy Nancy. Congressional candidate Karen Handel. Karen, you're doing well, Karen. Got to win. Opponent is Zippo. Rich McCormick. Rich? Where's Rich? Good luck, Rich. I heard it's good. Angela Stanton King. Thank you. I heard you're all doing well. Somebody that gets a little more publicity than I do, Marjorie Taylor Greene, right here from Northwest Georgia. Oh, boy, I don't want to mess with her. No, she's great. Every one of them has my full and complete endorsement. Go out and vote for them and let them all come into Congress, right? Really great. That's great. For 47 years, Sleepy Joe Biden viciously and repeatedly attacked black Americans. He decimated the black middle class and called young black men super predators, and they never forgot it. They never forgot it. To every black American, I'm asking you to go out and vote. You can send a message on Tuesday to the corrupt Democrat establishment. This is your one and only chance to show Sleepy Joe what you think of his decision to attack you, insult you, jail you, and betray you. And that's what he did. That's what he did, exactly. Some people won't say it like I say it, but I'll say it, and that's what you know it. You know it. I'm fighting for you, and I got approved things that they never thought, that Obama didn't even try. They never had a chance, and we had to twist a lot of arms, didn't we, David? We had to twist a lot of arms. Criminal justice reform, prison reform, opportunity zones, and funding for historically black colleges and universities. I always say that with the possible exception, I like to keep the word possible in, with the possible exception of Abraham Lincoln, I have done more for the black community than any other president. I say it. I said it during the debate. I say it proudly, and very few people can dispute it. Under my leadership, we achieved the most secure border in U.S. history, including over 400 miles of completed wall, and it'll be finished very soon. Strongest border we've ever had. And by the way, Mexico is paying for the wall, so we get that one clear. It's all done. Joe Biden wants to open borders. He wants mass amnesty, and he would make every community in America into a sanctuary city. I believe our country should be a sanctuary for law-abiding Americans, not for criminal aliens. The Biden-Harris plan would also increase refugees a staggering 700%. This is crazy, Bernie. One of the greatest losers in the history of politics. No, he keeps losing, and then he goes back and he says, but he's running again in 4 years. Don't worry about it. He'll be back. One thing about him, you can't get rid of him. I like that about crazy Bernie. Opening the floodgates to radical Islamic terrorism. No, thank you. I'm keeping the terrorists and jihadists and violent extremists the hell out of our country if it's okay with Georgia. If it's okay with Georgia. If it's okay with Georgia. I'll tell you what. Thank you. I saw some very good numbers today. I appreciate it, but get out and vote. So in conclusion, over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower of the world, and we will end our reliance on China once and for all, and we're doing it. We've already started it. We will hire more police, increase penalties for assaults on law enforcement, and we will ban deadly sanctuary cities. With God's help, we will defend the right to life, religious liberty, free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms, your Second Amendment. We will defend your Second Amendment. We will maintain Americans' unrivaled military might. We are the envy of the world with our military. We had an obsolete, exhausted, tired military. We have totally rebuilt our military, and we will ensure peace through strength. Greatest equipment in the world, all made in the USA, and a lot of it, I hate to say, it's made right here in Georgia. We will end surprise medical billing, require price transparency, already approved and signed January 1st, it kicks in. Lower drug prices even more. We're going to favored nations where we get the lowest price in the world. And the they do not like me too much. He's big, they call it Big Pharma. Big Pharma is not a big fan of Trump. They don't like what I did, but you know what? It's the only way you break that whole cartel. We have to break it. You're going to have drug prices going down 50, 60, 70%. And they're doing more commercials than me than Sleepy Joe Biden. In fact, he keeps saying, who's doing those great commercials? It's the drug companies. All right. Now you're going to have tremendous price cuts on drugs and prescription drugs. We're going to protect your Social Security and your Medicare, which they won't do, because when they allow all of these illegals to come in, it'll destroy your Social Security and your Medicare. And we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to land an astronaut on Mars. NASA is the talk of the space world. And, you know, we also have Space Force, by the way. I never even used to talk about that. I never talked about that I realized after I was president that we needed it. When I saw what was going on with Russia, China, we needed it. Space Force, first new, if you think, first in 75 years. Last was the Air Force, right? Brand new, and it's doing great. And everybody wants to go into Space Force. 75 years since Air Force, and now we have Space Force, and it'll be one of our most important. We will stop the radical indoctrination of our students, and restore patriotic education to our schools. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag. And we will live by the timeless words of our national motto, "In God we trust." For years, you had a president who apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America and standing up for the great people of Georgia. Better believe it. And I want to thank Herschel Walker because I think he's good. I used to watch him when he was in college. He was like a man playing with children. He would carry that ball for 10 or 12 yards. That was when he had a bad day, right? 10 or 12. He made a lot of quarterbacks look genius. Here, Herschel, here's the ball. Bob. Here, Herschel, here's the ball. He's the greatest. One of the greatest. Where is Herschel? Was he around here? I love Herschel Walker. He's been out there, and he is one of the greatest athletes. You know, I think he said he does 1,000 push-ups a day, and he is just something special. He's been a great friend of mine for a long time. I don't want to tell you how long. But so I just want to pay my respects because he loves this part of the world. He loves Georgia, and Georgia loves him. You know, they did the ballot. Remember, they did a ballot to Herschel Walker. You just hand him the ball, you win the game. Here, Herschel, 10 yards, 12 yards, 14. What did he average today? He averaged, sir, 11 yards a carry. Well, that's pretty good, you know. Hard to lose those games. So thank you very much, Herschel. You're watching. Thank you very much. Thank you. And Georgia loves you, Herschel. And I do too. 2 days from now, America's fate is in your hands. Your vote can defeat the Washington swamp and the corrupt media right there, once and for all. You have to get out to vote. You're going to probably want to, I always say early vote. But our people love to vote on Election Day, Tuesday. So go out and vote. That red wave is going to be it's going to be the talk of the world. Going to be the talk of the world. It's going to be the talk of the world from Atlanta. And you know it, you feel it, you see it. And you know, organically, these things are just rising up. 5,000 boats all over the place. And I mean, nobody's ever seen thousands of cars. What do they have? Something 90 or 100 miles long of cars, trucks, tractors. In Iowa, they had thousands of tractors on this massive farm. Now something's going on. Never happened before. Nothing like this has happened before. By the way, crowds like this have never happened before. This never happened before. My competitor, he's got those circles, those crazy circles. And he can't fill them up. There's like 5 of them. So he asked the press, please come down and take one. From Atlanta to Augusta, from Savannah to Columbus, and from Athens to right here in Rome, we inherit the legacy of red-blooded American patriots who gave their blood, sweat, and tears to defend our country and our freedom. Great people. We stand on the shoulders of American heroes who crossed the oceans, settled the continent, tamed the wilderness, laid down the railroads, right? Raised up the great skyscrapers, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and made America into the single greatest nation in the history of the world. And the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Proud citizens like you help build this country, and together we are taking back our country. We are returning power to you, the American people. With your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together with the incredible people of Georgia, we love Georgia. I love Georgia. We love Georgia. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. That's really an honor. Don't keep doing that. You're going to make me cry. I said, they'll put out. The president broke down in tears tonight as they chanted, "We love you." No, we don't want, I guess it's okay, but somehow we don't want to have a crying president, I don't think. We don't want to, right now we have too many things to do. But I do. It's never been heard. That chant has never been heard politically, so I appreciate it very much, believe me. We have made America powerful again. We have made America wealthy again. We have made America strong again. We have made America proud again. We have made America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Georgia. Go out and vote.
Okay, really quick, the president wrapping up there in Georgia. He'll now head to Miami, which we are also in Miami. We're at every rally. Welcome to everybody who joined us because mainstream media wasn't showing this, including Fox News tonight, who didn't even stream it on YouTube, which is a shocker to me. 177,000 of you tuned in at one point. We appreciate the support. Coming right up next, the rally in Miami. Let's go to a split screen. There we go. We're standing by in Miami. We'll be live over there shortly. Thank you so much. If you're not subscribed yet to RSBN, make sure you subscribe because we are at every single Trump rally. We're a small grassroots media company from Auburn, Alabama, and we show all these rallies and have since 2015. We do what the mainstream media won't do. It's our great honor to be here tonight in Georgia. We're headed to Miami next, and then tomorrow 5 more. We're at every single one of them. God bless you all. Thank you for your support. Subscribe to us. I'm going to send it to our crew live now in Rome, Georgia, as we watch the president do some of his signature dance moves.
President Trump just wrapped up his 4th rally of the day. He is currently heading towards Air Force One to get back on the plane and head to South Florida, where he has his 5th rally of the day, scheduled at 11:30 p.m. in Miami, Florida. You can see him right now boarding the steps to Air Force One. He is going to be up and gone very soon. Over 25,000 people attended here, and they are waving goodbye to President Trump very excitedly. It's a cold night here. The temperature dropped pretty fast and the wind has picked up, but President Trump brought the energy and the crowd was here for it. We had over 175,000 people watching concurrently here on YouTube, so we want to thank you guys for tuning in, and let's look at the numbers here for a second. 125,000 here, 175,000 watching online, and these are the types of numbers for the man that's trailing in the polls? I don't think so. But if you've enjoyed our coverage here tonight, and actually all day, plus 5 more rallies tomorrow with Right Side Broadcasting Network, we would like to thank you, and we want you to keep in mind we're almost entirely viewer funded, meaning we rely on your donations to stay in business, to travel this country, and to broadcast President Trump's rallies. So thank you so much. There's a number of ways you can donate to us. The first one is by clicking the YouTube $sign. The first way is by clicking the YouTube $sign. Donate absolutely any amount. The second way is by going to our... Thank you. I love that. Thank you. The second way is by going to our website. That's www.rsbnetwork.com/donate. Again, donate via our website, www.rsbnetwork.com/donate. The third way is a non-electronic form of donation, and you can send that check to 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. Again, we're not done yet, so don't go anywhere. We also want to toss it over to Lilith to talk to you about today's partners.
Yes, thank you so much, Liz. Thank you to all 177,000 patriots who joined us tonight. Now, don't go to bed yet, y'all, because President Trump has one more rally tonight in Florida at 11:30, so you better get your coffee and your tea ready. I would like to thank our partner for the day again, iTarget Pro, coming in clutch all the time with the self-defense. So I want to tell you a little bit about them. Innocent people are falling victim to crime, intimidation, and are forced to fend for themselves because Democrats and the left are successfully defunding the police. But that will be over once President Trump is reelected. When the government can't or won't protect your family, self-defense is the only option. But most of us don't have time to consistently train, plus ammo is really expensive. That's why iTarget Pro was invented. Using their proprietary app and laser bullet, you can now train safely in the convenience of your own home with any firearm, with your actual firearm. iTarget comes in all major calibers, including 226 and 223 and 556, so you can stay sharp with almost any firearm. Today, you can get 10% off plus free shipping with the offer code SAVE10. This is the smartest way for you to practice, and it pays for itself in just a few days of practice. That's the letter I, targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code SAVE10. Liz, let's go ahead and remind our viewers of 5 rallies President Trump has tomorrow before we wrap up here. President Trump will be rallying in North Carolina tomorrow at 11:30, then Scranton, Pennsylvania at 2 o'clock. The third rally is in Michigan at 5. The fourth rally is Kenosha, Wisconsin at 8 o'clock, and last but not least, Grand Rapids, Michigan at 10:30. So thank you all again so much for your support and your ongoing emails and donations and your love. We beat the record tonight. We're so pumped. We're so excited. Stay tuned for the last rally of tonight, and we'll see you very shortly.
Everybody say thank you to Lilith. This is her final rally for the 2020 presidential election cycle. We're so lucky that we got to grab you.
I'm so lucky to be here. I'm so humbled to be here, but we got 4 more years, baby.
4 more years.
4 more.
God bless you, and we'll see you in the Miami stream.
Woo! Thank you.
Hello, I'm Father Frank Pavone of Priests for Life. Are you tired of the lies that his opponents tell about President Trump? He puts kids in cages, he's racist, he doesn't have a plan to fight the virus. Well, so am I. So I've set up a website called electionhonesty.com, which says 12 of the most common lies and helps you to refute them. Go to electionhonesty.com today and spread it to others. And remember, support Right Side Broadcasting.
Hey, y'all. Hey. We're Diamond and Silk. Listen. Our book dropped already. Yeah. And we want you to get a copy of it.
That's right.
Uprising. Who the hell said you can't ditch and switch? The Awakening of Diamond and Silk.
That's right.
Now
Money
you can
and
get
a
the
lot more
book
of your freedom
at
for not so good reasons.
diamondandsilkbook.com or anywhere that books are sold. And I want you to continue to support RSBN.
That's right.
Why? Because they've been here since the beginning. And they will be here to the very end.
That's right.
And guess what, y'all?
What?
We gonna win.
That's right.
You all get out and vote. Vote red. R-E-D. Remove every Democrat. And make sure you vote for Donald J. Trump. We love y'all.
Bye-bye.
All right, if y'all are still watching this on the Rome, Georgia stream, we're going to end this stream now, but head on over to the Miami stream. Just click on our channel name, and the video is already live. So thank y'all. We'll see you over there. Facebook, Periscope, we'll start a new stream.
Children, who will stand up for our Constitution and the principles and values that underpin it? Who will stand up for our interests abroad and tell our friends they owe more and our foes to back down? You know the answer. I know the answer. President Donald J. Trump. Thank you for supporting this president. My family thanks you for supporting this president. Let's keep America great in 2 days. God bless America.
Please welcome your Lieutenant Governor, Jeanette Nunez.